Hey guys, it's Josh here and welcome back to another speed build video. Today's build is something so different from what I usually do, and no, this is not a modern house whatsoever, and this is in fact a simple traditional style home. I think like when I started this build I was kind of hoping that it would turn out to be more of like a suburban home. I think the exterior is like really suburban, but like when you go inside it turned out to be like quite traditional because I wasn't sure why, but I just kind of decided to start using lots of timber brown items that look kind of old. So it just gave the interior just like a really old and traditional feel. It's not bad. I think it turned out really cool. And I was able to use lots of items I've barely ever used in my builds, and I was able to just play with a different style because I don't think I've ever built a house like this before. So it was actually a lot of fun. I hope you guys like it. So the exterior, as you see it now, it's kind of how it ends up being. Like it was quite quick to do the exterior shape of the house. The interior, however, was quite lengthy because the second floor, I went through stages where I didn't want to have a second floor and I just wanted to have that little roof thing as a decorative thing, but I kind of wanted to make the upper floor functional as well. So I ended up like making, at the back of the house, I make like a bigger poking out area. I don't know what they're called, but like there's a big poking out area on the second floor at the back, just so there's a lot of room, because if there wasn't any, it would just kind of be like this strip on the second floor, which is almost unusable. So when making the poking out bits makes the upper floor usable, and I was able to fit 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, which I was actually surprised by. This house actually has 4 bedrooms. Honestly, how did I fit it in this tiny house? Like my houses that are this big, usually I fit in like 2 bedrooms if I'm lucky, but I was actually able to fit in 3. So this is actually fit for quite a large family, because there's 1 kid's bedroom, there's like this big, like there's no master bedroom because there's no ensuite in any of the bedrooms, so it's kind of just like this main bedroom, there's a kid's bedroom, and then there's 2 just spare bedrooms, so you can just change them into like a teen's bedroom or another kid's bedroom. Like honestly, you can, there's the bedrooms are pretty big, so you can probably do lots of things to any of them. Like you can transform them into a study or something. Like honestly, you can do whatever you want with them, and there's so much space to use. So anyway, as you can see, there's a few big poking out bits on the back. I honestly don't know what they're called. I'm gonna have to look that up later, and so next video when I'm doing a build, I'll actually know what to call them. So anyway, the back area is actually quite cool in my opinion, because I do add a little glass roof area. If I was going to see this house in real life though, it'd probably be like a plastic kind of weatherboard. I don't know what they're called, like the ColorBond roof kind of look, but it's a plastic instead of a glass roof. But I think it turned out just the same, and I really liked how the vines turned out on the top. Like on it just gives some more shade while letting a little bit of light in, and I think it looks really cool. And the front area actually turns out to be basically all plants, which I think looks pretty cool. And the back area also has lots of plants, and there's a little sitting area with the umbrella, and then there's also an outdoor dining area on the deck itself. But I do the exteriors essentially all at the very end, so at the start you kind of see me placing the vines and stuff on the house, but other than that I don't place any plants just yet, and at the end is where I do the exteriors. So basically we're all finished on the exterior, and this is where I'm just like figuring out if I wanted to have the second floor, and I decided that it was big enough now to use the second floor. So at the start I find a place to put the staircase, because one time I built a house and towards the end of it I realized I didn't even put a staircase in it, so I literally had to like reshuffle the entire house so I could fit it in somewhere, which was super fun. Not really. Anyway, we're moving on to the bottom floor. I think I basically finished the bottom floor before moving upstairs, but the bottom floor has the 2 bedrooms, a regular bathroom, and an open planned living, dining, kitchen area, which is kind of weird because traditional homes generally don't really have open space living, but I decided to, maybe the house was renovated or something, I don't know, but there's a really nice open space living, and there's also a study in the little area next to the entrance where the archway leads to, in the little corner. But here I'm just placing all the walls and wall tiles and floor tiles. I do keep the floor, but I do change the wallpaper down the track. Well, I don't think this is wallpaper, this is paint. I do change the paint down the track a bit more. I think I make it brown, but each bedroom has a different color scheme as well. So like when we go to one of the bedrooms, it's mainly green, so the wall color I changed to like a really light green, which I think looked pretty cool. It's the same like look, it's just a different color. Like the same wall type, it's just a different color. And this kitchen is actually quite big. There's a, I don't think it's an island counter because it connects to the wall, but there's a double width counter, as you can see I'm placing right now. So there's a sink on it. I do put some decorations, and there'll be 2 bar stools on the counter itself, so you can have breakfast or something there. And there's also a third stool as well, but I actually put that onto the dining table just as like a decoration, just to maybe look like the house is a little bit, I don't know, small for the family, because there's 4 seats, but there's like 4 bedrooms, and maybe one of the kids has to sit on the bar stool to have breakfast in the morning at the dining table instead of sitting on a regular chair, because, I don't know, just for fun. Because I remember when we had lots of visitors over at my house, we usually have to gather seats from around the house so that everyone can fit at the table. So I thought I'd just try and do something similar and put a bar stool at the dining table. Obviously your Sims won't be able to use it, but I just thought it looked cool. As you can see, I just did that right now, and put the 2 other seats at the bar table, or at the counter instead. The entrance area is quite basic. I didn't do anything too special. There's a few of those coat hangers and shoe boxes and stuff there, and there's a painting as well. And underneath the staircase I put this cat door just for aesthetics. I don't think it's a cat door, it's like a doggy door, because it kind of just makes it look a little bit like, I don't know, where you can store some stuff or something. I just thought it looked cool. I've never done anything like that before, so I thought, hey, I'll just place this door here just to make it look cool, I guess. And here we go with the bathroom. Both bathrooms have a similar style. They're both pretty beige colored, because I kind of imagine the bathrooms of this kind of house being quite beige and brown. Well, the entire house is quite brown, so it makes sense that the bathroom's also brown. Because if I had like a white bathroom in the middle of like out of nowhere, it'd kind of be really, it would just contrast with the entire house, and I don't think it would fit in that well. And here we go, this is where the study corner goes. I think the furniture turned out really cool. Like all of them had this exact same wooden swatch, because that's one problem I have with some of the items, is that sometimes the wooden items don't all have the same color swatch, so it's really hard to make them like combine together. But all the furniture I ended up using in the study corner turned out to be the exact same color of brown, so I really loved how it turned out. Like generally the entire living space has the same brown wooden tones for basically all the objects, so it turned out, it synergized really well. I was surprised I was able to find all the items that had the same colors. And as you can see, I just placed the doggy door there. It just looks like a little nook where you can place some boxes or something for Christmas, like you can put your Christmas lights in there or something. Hopefully your dogs won't be able to get in there, because I feel like if they do get in there, they'll get stuck or something. I don't know. Anyway, I think we're almost done with the interior bottom floor, apart from the bedrooms. I actually really like how one of the bedrooms in specific turned out. It was actually a green bedroom, which had lots of the items, lots of the seasons items, like the bed, the bay window, which is the octagonal couch that you could put up against like a octagonal wall area, which or a corner. I think you can put them in the corner as well, but I think it turned out really cool because obviously since they're both from the same pack, they had quite nice color swatches that combined well together. The green swatches, I believe, it had really nice patterns on it as well, so that's why I decided to use it. And I think that bedroom with the green, with the bay window on the first floor, that would be like where the parents would live. The two bedrooms upstairs could potentially be the kids' bedrooms. One of them is a double bed though, but you can just easily change that into a regular kids' bedroom. And then the second bedroom on the bottom floor could probably be like a guest bedroom of sorts. And here we go. Those are the two pieces of furniture which I think looked really well together because they're from the same pack, so it makes sense. They've got the exact same leaf pattern, and it gives it like a really nice, I don't know, spring vibe. I'm not too sure how to explain it, but the light, so most of the house is quite dark brown, but this room is really light, so I really liked how it turned out. It just gives it a little nice change, because if the whole house was just pure brown, pure dark brown, it would probably be a bit boring, but I tried to put pops of color here and there, especially in the bedrooms, because I don't know, bedrooms are meant to reflect the personality of those who inhabit them. So maybe the parents like light green, so they made their room green, and since light colors go well with light green, they made the majority of the objects a lighter tone as well, so it makes sense that way, I think. I don't know. And now we're working on this guest bedroom area. This has a slightly more darker tone to it because I just used the generic dark brown colors as the entire house, because generally no one would probably be living in this room, so it makes sense that it's just generic, because it almost has no personality because no one lives in it often. And here we go with the secondary bedroom. I'm just gonna call it the teens bedroom, but it looks like we went back downstairs. Oh well. Oh, here we go, back up here. So this is like the blue bedroom. This could be a teens bedroom probably, but I didn't put any of like the teen objects or posters in. But if you want to have this be a teens bedroom, you can easily put some of those posters down and voila, it's instantly a teens bedroom. But for now, it's just a generic blue bedroom. It does have a little bit of personality in it, but not too much. There's a few seats and a bed, obviously, and just a few objects. Not too much stuff. But the kids' bedroom, it's a little bit cluttered because a kid lives in there. Obviously, they're going to have lots of toys, lots of objects and clothes just lying around. So that's exactly what I did. And I put clothes, I put like a toy box down. I don't think I put a desk down though, so I think this house only has one desk, so maybe that's not the best. And also this little upper floor, I don't know, is it a corridor kind of place? Yeah, the corridor has a bookshelf, a little shelf area. It also has some seats as well, so maybe the kids can just sit there after school one day, just do some reading or study, because they only have one desk after all. It did take me quite a while to like find out what I wanted to do in this corner, because I couldn't really find anything to do. Like, it was just weird. But I ended up just putting an accent table and a few bits of shelf there. And the couch, I believe, is just the same style as the one on the bottom floor. Oh, is it? Oh no, it's just two armchairs, okay. I completely forgot. I built this yesterday and I've already forgotten. Oh my god. Anyway, as you can see, it's just like a dark brown color. The bookshelf has gone in, and in the corner between those two doors, I put like one of those corner shelf things. It's a decoration item. It's just got like a few things on it, I guess. And then I just put lots of old paintings up. Like, I'm not too sure. This house is really old looking on the inside, but outside it's quite like suburban. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. I just said I don't know like 5 times in the last 5 minutes. Oh my god. So anyway, we're almost done in the interior. There's a few more things we have to do, like placing most of the clutter items, because that's what I generally just place it down the main objects, and then once I've all done that, I go back and place all the clutter items. So the kitchen is still pretty bare, so we go down there a bit later, well, very soon actually, and then we start placing all the paper towels and dish racks and all that kind of stuff a bit later. And then the exterior, I actually really love the exterior, because I actually imagine myself like spending so much time just sitting in the backyard, just amongst all the plants I put down, because honestly I really love plants and I really love the environment. So landscaping is one of my favorite parts of Sims building, and I'm so excited for the terrain tools coming next month. Honestly, it's so amazing. Like, it was one of my favorite parts of Sims 3 building, placing terrain tool, like placing hills and valleys and whatnot. Well, not really valleys, because it's only a tiny, like, I just like put lakes down, making like houses atop hills, I guess. even though generally I built on flat land like I do in Sims 4 right now, but every now and then I'd get inspired and I used to build really interesting houses on using the terrain tools, especially with those constrained, I forgot what that cheat was, but where you could like literally raise terrain and like the walls would follow it as well, so you can like, you could do so many cool things with it. Anyway, we're back in the kitchen. The backing board, I think I just leave it what it was originally because I just couldn't find a nice tile to put with it. And I just made it look a little bit more cramped by putting some cabinets directly next to the stove. It just made it feel a little bit more cozy if you ask me. And also one interesting thing I do in the kitchen is in the middle of the island counter, I put the, I forgot what it's called, but like I put a beam across the top of it. You'll see in a few moments because honestly, it just gives the kitchen so much more definition. And I don't often use the beams you can place when you, like the thing where you replace the wall with a beam that goes across the ceiling. As you can see, I'm doing it right now. Honestly, look how cool that looks. Like the seasons one in specific looks amazing. Like it's just so like simple. And there's just sharp edges, which looks amazing. Like most of the ones in base game and stuff are really ornamental and decorative, but this one looks really functional, and it's there because it's holding like the ceiling up or something. Honestly, it just looks so cool. And after we do that, that's basically the kitchen done. There's a few more decorations I put down, but we're actually almost done. So once we do that, we move straight outside. The outside didn't take that long actually, because most of it was just me placing plants like crazy. You'll see in a moment. I can't even say literally. I literally go crazy. Like, oftentimes I try and place plants in like a really specific location, but here I held shift and I went crazy. You'll see. Anyway, we're almost done. Almost done inside, I promise. This has gone on for quite a while. I had to speed this build up so much because this took like 3 hours. So this has been sped up like almost like by 10. Like it's been 10 times as fast. Anyway, so there's that corner thing I was talking about. Just quickly goes in there, nothing too special. And I believe we're done very soon. There's still clutter we have to place. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised how long I spent inside. And I placed so much clutter items. And there's a little like vanity table I made, I guess, for makeup, because the two that come with glamour stuff, the vintage glamour, it's a little bit too decorative for me and a bit too big as well. So sometimes I do that with the end table and I just place a mirror above it and I just put a few makeup clutter on it, and it turns out quite nice in the end. If you don't like it, it's quite easy to delete. We're finally going outside and we're placing the outdoor decorations. It's actually quite large. You can probably place like a bar outside if you wanted, or a large dining table, like a secondary dining table or something. But I just kept it quite simple because backyards are generally a place where you can put stuff if you want. So like, well, you can easily change to suit what you're trying to host or what you want to do. So I don't know, you can like move the table to the side and place like a dance floor or something there one day for a party or something. Who knows? And there's also like a little water balloon bucket. I'm not too sure if there's actually enough room to have a water balloon fight, but I just thought it looked cool. And it made sense because sometimes there's a garden up there as well on the deck. So obviously maybe if every now and then you'd put water in the bucket and take it up there and just water the plants or something. And here we go. Here's where I'm going crazy with the plants. Honestly, like I'm not even placing these in a specific pattern. I'm just going crazy. Like honestly, I don't know what I was thinking, but it turned out nice. It turned out looking like it's just a simple low maintenance garden that just grew by itself. Obviously there's a few old fountains here and there, but other than that, it's just a simple low maintenance garden that just has grown over time. But obviously there's a few like nice plants here and there, not just the little grass floor coverings or ground cover plants. There's a few flowers, a few circular domed, I don't know what they're called, but the dome plants that have the flowers on them. The circular ones, the spherical plants. Anyway, I think we're basically done. So I'll leave you guys off here. If you'd like to find this build on the gallery, just search for IllogicalSims and look for the house called Traditional Home. Anyway, there will be screenshots very shortly, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!